Allison Cottrell. I'm a volunteer puppy raiser for Leader Dogs for the Blind. We have been doing it for about 4.5 years. We just returned our 3rd Leader Dog just last week. And our first 2 have gone on to be graduates and are now placed with clients and are working in Spain.
My name is Steve Cottrell.
I'm Lily Cottrell.
And we raise puppies for Leader Dogs for the Blind.
My name is Michelle, and I am a first-time puppy raiser with Leader Dog for the Blind. And this here is Ron too. He is our first puppy, and he is just turned 11 weeks old. So we're at the very basic trainings of sit, down, and learning to heel, and loose leash walking, things like that. Very basic things right now.
I'm Deanna Gaudio, and this is Rick. And I've been training dogs for 3 years now. He is my 3rd dog.
Can you heel? Heel. All the way, all the way. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Okay, Britt. Down. Down. Good boy.
We socialize them. I take them, we go to a class once a month in Midland, but I also take him to obedience classes too every week. I take him to Walmart, Menards, Home Depot. I take him out to eat. He went to a college graduation. He is 10 months old right now, and he'll be returned to Leader Dog on March 18th, and then he'll start his formal training, and that will last 4 months long before he gets assigned to his person.
I'm Suzanne Ramus, and I'm a volunteer puppy raiser for Leader Dogs for the Blind in Rochester, and I'm raising my 5th puppy, a black Labrador female named Emma, who will be going back to Leader Dogs this Sunday. The things that I do with Emma are expose her to new environments and to teach her basic manners and try to get her everywhere that a blind or visually impaired person might want to go. One of the tasks that we teach the puppies is to go to their go-to place, and in this case we're going to use a mat that she learns to go to. This is real helpful if we're in a restaurant like this, or if we're at the movies and there's lots of popcorn on the floor. Okay, Emma. First I want her to look at me. Good, Emma. Go to your mat. And lie down. Okay, we teach them that there's this position called heel, and that no matter where you go, you can come back to that position. Emma, heel. So we might go at it from the side. We might have to go backwards. Heel. Good. Or forwards. Emma, sit. Okay. And we want her to sit over there in that heel position so that if the blind person starts to walk forward, that the dog isn't in their way. Emma, stand. Alright, and it's very important for the dog to be able to stand beside the person. Before I started raising Leader Dogs, I worked in search and rescue. So I had search and rescue dogs. So that's another opportunity that dogs have to make a difference in people's lives.
Leader Dog uses 3 different breeds. They use German Shepherds, Golden Retrievers, and Labs. The current need is for smaller dogs so that they're able to fit under seats, under tables, and German Shepherds are a little bit on the large side, which also includes the cost of feeding and the vaccines and things like that. So mostly the smaller dogs, and they're breeding smaller and smaller. So the dog we just returned and the dog before we had were Lab Golden mixes, and they were both about 55 pounds. So, as puppy raisers, we pick up the dogs when they're about 7 weeks old, and then we return them when they're between 12 months and 15 months of age, depending on, they have to have a certain number in class to train, and depending on how Mother Nature works that month, how many they call back and what time they call us back. So we kind of get a 2-month warning email that lets us know our approximate return window. So we get about a 30-day window to schedule what works best for us, and then we return them. There are a lot of things actually that as puppy raisers that we have to teach the dogs. First is exposure. We need to expose them to all kinds of environments, noises, sounds, smells, different flooring. We go into Walmart a lot because it's super slippery, the floor is stinky. We need to take them into bright lit. We've taken them into the casino. Also places like we have to seek out elevators and stairways and open graded stairs and backless stairs and just all kinds of different things so that the dogs are never fearful, because when they need to do their job they just need to be ready to do it and not nervous about the sounds or the smells or anything like that. Also, there's quite a list of different commands that we teach them besides the sit, the stay, the down. There's also settle and heel, of course, specific body positioning place. They should be on our left side. One of the interesting ones that's kind of fun to watch is around. When we come to a door that opens and swings this way, we need to have the dog come around our back so that we don't hit them in the face with the door. Leader Dogs for the Blind is 100% free to the clients. They're not required to pay anything when they get a leader dog. Even the ones that come from Spain, that is paid for by Leader Dog. They stay on campus for 23 days for training. All of their meals, their dorm, everything is paid for by Leader Dog. Puppy raisers is volunteer. We don't get paid. In fact, we pay to do it. We pay for their vaccines, we pay for their food, so that none of that cost is ever passed on to the client. So the client walks away 100% free with a dog. Some of the figures I have heard that it costs about $40,000 to make one dog. There is a process, an application process that you have to go through to get the dog. You do not have to be 100% blind. There are some different limitations that you need to have. Also, if you have a progressive problem and you're kind of working towards the future of what might happen, they can work with that. Leader Dog also raises blind and deaf dogs that work with blind deaf clients, but they primarily focus on just blind and blind deaf. It's not other injuries or other things like that. But Leader Dogs as an organization is run primarily by volunteers. There are volunteers that come in daily that walk the dogs, feed the dogs, play with the dogs. There are lots of veterinarians, some that are paid and some that volunteer their time. LeaderDog.org is their website, and it's a very interesting website. It has lots of information on all the different ways that you can be a volunteer. Being a puppy raiser is a year-long commitment, but there's lots of other ways to do it. Leader Dog Moms and Leader Dog Dads are also hosted by volunteers in their homes. The Leader Dog Moms, their raisers also raise the puppies and do all of the whelping of the puppies, and then they are taken back to Leader Dog when they're about 6 weeks old. They spend about a week on campus getting all of their medical stuff done, and then puppy raisers come in and we'll pick them up. We have them for about a year, and then we take them back, and then they go through approximately 4 months of training. If all that goes through, then they get their client. They do about 23 days of training on campus with them, and then hopefully they're on their way.
Well, we pick up the dog at 7 weeks, and we keep the dog, well, when the dog is 7 weeks, and we keep it for about a year, and it varies, but the dog lives with us. So in our house really becomes part of the family. So just the way that you would expect to build a relationship with your own dog, we build basically that same relationship with the puppy. They don't go to kids. The first dog we raised went to a woman who at the time was 21 and in college. The second dog we raised went to a middle-aged woman in her 50s who lost her eyesight later in life, and is learning to deal with that. And it's really neat to see the pictures of what they get to do with the dogs and places they take them. And they do actually pair the dogs based on size. You know, a taller person is going to ask for a taller dog. A shorter person is going to ask for a shorter dog.
So we can help people.
This is Canine UFO. He's an explosive dog for the Tribal Police Department. He has 15 different odors that he smells. Today we have 2 of those odors out. Shot. One of them is 2 sticks of dynamite, so a pound of dynamite, and the other one is a pound and a quarter of C4 block. We're gonna go through here, and his indication for when he finds the bomb is he sits and he goes to a stay and he'll receive his ball. The ball is his reward, and that's how we train him to do everything. So it's what he works for, and you'll be able to tell when he gets it, he's very happy. This is a pound and a quarter of C4. I'm putting it in this drawer right under the projector. And then I have 2 sticks of dynamite right here. I'm putting them back behind.
Okay, I'm getting out of here. I don't want to be in the room with dynamite.
I'm putting them in the desk, or this drawer right here. Start smelling. I'll present certain things, certain areas. Maybe. So here. Nice. So here. Zustan. Good boy, yeah! That's a good boy. And you got a piece of paper with it. And that's how, you see how he sat on it, and we make him go to a stay, and then he receives his ball. And we like to do it from source, so he thinks I sit on that, I get the ball. It's okay. It's okay. Zustan. Wait. Oh, good boy.
I work with Tribal Police Department. This is K9 Esco. He's a 4-year-old German Shepherd from Poland. His job is to find narcotics, does tracking, building search, criminal apprehension, and article search. He's pretty much stays with me 24/7, and he smells about 5 different odors of drugs. Zustan. Marijuana, cocaine, heroin, meth, hash, ecstasy, all that stuff. I speak to him a little bit in Polish, not a whole lot. Bar away. Shut. Los. Los. Good boy, shot. Bar away. Good boy. That's a good boy. Yeah. He's pretty much, when he's working, he works for a reward. His reward is a Kong. And shot. Zustan. Zustan. There you go. I'll switch it over. Just lets him know that he's getting ready to work, so. Face it.
Are they down the hall? See, it's your classroom.
And he'll sit when he finds it. Zustan. Zustan, of course. Yeah, I'll worry about it. But yeah. And everything we train with is real. It's not like they have like fake drugs out there, but good boy.